Hello students, in this video I'm going to introduce a vector field. What do I mean by vector field? Well, it's a field of vectors. You see these little vectors here. This is a two-dimensional vector field. Imagine the x and y axes. And looks like all the vectors are heading away from, they're heading outward away from the origin. So we say that the vectors are diverging from the origin. That becomes important later on. Here's a definition of the vector field. Sometimes people call this the position vector field. You'll see why. If I plug in the point x is 1 and y is 1, I just get the vector 1, 1. And so if I go to the point 1, 1, then I just draw the vector 1, 1, and it gives me the vector from that point. So sometimes people denote that with a bold R equals xi plus yj. All right, so we can continue doing this to get a feel for why this vector field behaves the way it does, and we could put in more points. So if I plugged in minus 1, 1, or minus 1, minus 1, or 1, minus 1, we take a trip around in each of the quadrants, and you see at minus 1, comma 1, that's going to go in the minus 1, 1 direction, and similarly for the other two vectors. And so just looking at a few of the points and a few of the vectors, we get a feel for the fact that these vectors are diverging away from the origin. And in fact, if you picked a vector on one of the axes, like for example, if you picked the vector 1 comma 0, of course that would give, if you picked the point 1 comma 0, that would give you the vector 1 comma 0. And so that would be everything along this, all the vectors would be pointing along this axis and outward along the vertical axes as well. All right, so that's just a quick introduction to this particular vector field. Good luck.